And we're back. B. Flint back in action. Just got back from Florida baseball trip. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, hot off the bus, and fortunately it's not as hot here as it is down in Florida, but
Yeah, it's a bit colder here, huh?
yeah, just a couple, 50 degrees difference, nothing big.
That's the worst part when you get back from Florida. The baseball's great, everything's great, but the weather, man, just draining. You get back from that long, beautiful 11 days
It's
down
depressing.
there.
It's depressing. I
You got
mean,
the sun.
I'm a fun guy. I like to have fun, and then you get off the bus and you're freezing again, and it's like
Gray skies, lack of sun. A couple more months, a couple more weeks,
hopefully.
And we're back. Hopefully get out there on the golf course a little bit. But how'd it go down there? Not bad, huh?
Yeah, I mean, our overall record isn't good. Nothing great to show, but we have five one-run games
So I was
down
about
there.
to say, you guys had so many single-run games down there.
We hurt
8-7,
ourselves.
4-3.
Oh, it was tough to watch. Some points we hurt ourselves a bunch. We could have easily been over 500 coming back. Instead, we're 2-9. But hey, the beauty about D3 baseball is it doesn't matter what you do before conference play,
Yeah.
right?
And you guys, I feel like you always play better competition down in Florida rather than when you guys are playing conference ball. The teams down there you play. I remember my senior year, we got one win down there, and we played a bunch of top 25 teams in the nation. I think we played 2 or 3 of them down there, and just some good games. So it's definitely a higher level of competition in your Florida games than probably upstate in these conference games.
Yeah, and we play teams that are from the south, so they're already outside for a couple of weeks before we even see a field. So it's kind of an advantage for them.
Yeah, I will say I was able to watch some of the games due to the great work by Pat Baker, Sports Information Director over at SUNY Poly. He had live streams up. Audio was excellent. I think it was one of the fathers of one of the kids, Vanderbeck.
Vanderbeck,
And
yeah,
yeah, he
Mr.
was great too.
Vanderbeck.
Both of them are running back and forth in the mic. They had some pretty good lines in there, and I
Yeah.
gotta say, good job to them out there. So
Yeah,
I,
PB, man, he doesn't get enough credit for what he does.
yeah, it
He's,
definitely kept me entertained at work. I was just sitting there. I got dual monitors, so I had my work on one screen and I had the games on the other, and had his audio going. It was great. I was entertained throughout my work day. So thanks, Baker. That was some good stuff there. But yeah, I think when it comes down to it, is you just got to go through the fundamentals. There was a couple bunt issues and a couple just little things that you could tighten up that'll definitely make the team play a lot better as a whole. But it looks like you guys are pretty deep. Coach Fisher did a good job getting everybody out there. It
Yeah,
wasn't
was
just your starters the whole way. It was everybody got play time.
Exactly. That was the biggest, I think, step up for the program this year is that everyone got a shot. And if you played good baseball, you got another shot. And, that's how it works at college. It's how it should work. I mean, not everyone gets a trophy here. Not everyone gets their hand held the whole time. But if you can play baseball, then you should be playing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could see some of the freshmen. I saw one kid that stood out to me. I don't really know him, but Jake Montrose looked like he was slugging the baseball. Every time I was up on the stream up, that kid had an RBI single. Absolutely on fire down in Florida, and that's good. A freshman in the program like that.
Yeah, he
It's
can
good to
hit
see
the
a hot
ball. There's
bat.
no doubt about that. I mean, he does wear a Brett Favre copper fit around his back, so, you got to bust on him a little bit there. But, yeah, the kid can hit the ball, so.
Yeah, that's what you need in the program. He's a local guy, too, Whitesboro.
Yeah, Whitesboro. He's got that Whitesboro money, so.
It's good to
he's a
see.
nice- he's
It's
a
good to
nice
see.
little
Good for the
kid.
program. That's good. But, yeah, well, welcome back. I know I'm sure you're definitely missing a little bit, but
Oh, yeah, I mean, hey, you're down there, you play 11 games in about 7 days. You're kind of ready to get back at that point. But on to other news. St. Patrick's Day
oh, yeah.
parade. How was that? How
Oh,
was
yeah,
the
dude.
whole
It
10
was great. It
yards?
was actually, we did catch snow and rain that morning. It was freezing out. It was like 30 degrees. It was such a shame because that Friday afternoon, it was like 60 degrees. Sun was out. Beautiful
It's a tease. It's a tease.
And then we're like, oh, parade's going to be great. It's all going to be great. And then the next morning, we wake up. It's like I was getting ready at like 7:30, 8 a.m. just to get ready for all this. And snowing out, freezing, wind was blowing. I was like, all right, let's go. We went over to a friend's place and maybe we'll go over to the parade. And then I think just with the weather and the snow, we skipped out on the parade, but we did make it out to the after party, Varick Street. I must say, they do a excellent job out there. They had the street closed down. Cops are out there. This is my first St. Patty's Day, like directly after the parade at Varick Street, and we went over. But by the time we got there, the Harp was so crowded that had a line. They were at max capacity, so I couldn't even get into the Harp, which I'm completely okay with.
Okay
Yeah,
with
that's
Harp.
not an issue.
I
Yeah.
mean, the Harp. We go there a lot, but it's a little overrated.
You go there for the crowd.
Yeah,
That's what it is. It's the people. Like if you want to see everybody, you go to the Harp. So, but they were just slammed, and so we went straight over to O'Donnell's, which is one of my favorite bars on Varick Street. Great
Yep,
bar.
Low key,
And,
low key O'Donnell's.
They had a great
Oh,
setup. They had outdoors. They had it really nice. They had just like music out there, and they had a bunch of people just chilling out on the deck out there. And on the inside, they had the regular bar, and in the back, they set up a table where it was a beer and shots only bar. So it was just cash only, beer and only, right
That's
in the back
nice.
there.
I
So that's
like
where
that.
we posted up in the back of O'Donnell's over there, right by that dartboard back there.
Yep. And this is the time where these other bars should be doing stuff like this. You know, you get a couple of people that like it, and then instead of going to Harp next Saturday, someone might go to O'Donnell's. They get more business, and
Yeah, an
it's
experience
smart.
like that.
It's smart.
An experience like that, it was great in there. It was a lot of fun. And to my surprise, I did not know this was going to be a thing. Sickenburger was open that day.
Really?
So that was only my second time over there. Went down there for a little bit, and it was just slammed, you know. But that place is great, wide open.
You can dance.
Everybody's
you get
dancing.
the hips going, man. I feel like Shakira out there.
Dude, it was great. There was a ton of people. We went over there for a bit, had a couple drinks, and then went to Lucan's obviously for some pizza. I hadn't even eaten breakfast, so I had to get something in me.
It's a necessity. Lucan's Pizza.
So I had a couple
Necessity.
slices over there, and then we actually ended up going back to O'Donnell's for the rest of the day, and hung out at O'Donnell's, had a great time, and then I came back and I had to take a nap. Had to take a nap. Woke up to the UFC fights being on. My boy Darren Till got knocked out, and that's one of my favorite
KO'd.
fighters. Did you see that?
I saw the highlights
Oh my
after
God.
it, but it
So
wasn't
sad.
pretty.
It was he's one of my favorites, and he just got absolutely starched by Jorge Masvidal. Just left hand smoked him, and then we went back out later on, and I went to Swifties for dinner, and just to get back on my feet.
What'd
and
you get
everything.
there? What'd you get there?
They do a nice little chicken wrap like guac and jalapenos,
Yup.
and I do the sweet potato fries with a side of honey mustard. Ooh, that is
It's a
a
good
new
combination.
discovery for me.
Wow.
That is.
I'll tell you what, Swifty's always consistent.
I think
never
they
had
got
a
the
complaint.
best Irish nachos in the area.
Oh, no doubt about that.
We also
huge
got
proportion. Huge portion.
We got nachos from One Jenny on Friday night. Went over to One Jenny, that new bar on Genesee Street, and we had buffalo chicken nachos. Delicious. Very
Delicious.
good. Yeah, I was
I love
very
my
impressed.
buffalo chicken. I'm over there tomorrow.
Dude, you gotta try it out. They're really good buffalo chicken nachos. I wouldn't put it above my Swifties pulled pork Irish nachos. Those are solid. But Swifties, yeah, they're consistent. You know what you're getting. You're getting good bar food every single time you go there. I'm a fan of Swifties. And you got good drinks in there too. So
Yeah,
that's
nice
a big,
bar, a little nice
big
bar
plus.
area. So
And then we go back out. We're thinking, came back to the apartment. Like, all right, we'll go out to Varick. Thinking like round 2 of the action. And ghost town. Not a single person. All the bars were closed and everything.
jeez.
And so our Uber driver's just like, so what's the move here? And it looked like there was some couple people over in the sanctuary. So we're like, all right, I guess we'll go to the sanctuary. So I was with Ray Smith, and we just went in there, and I didn't know a single person in there. It was completely people I had never seen before. Strange crowd. But you know what? Everybody was having a good time. They had a guy playing guitar by himself, just playing acoustic guitar.
Rainbow?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't Rainbow.
Wasn't Rainbow. But,
Rainbow.
I'm sure he was still walking around, I wouldn't doubt that. But this guy sounded pretty good on the guitar. He's just playing some old rock and roll classics. And we went all the way to the far side, and there were 2 open seats, and we just bellied up and sat there for like 4 hours and just hung out. Me and him chilled.
Jeez.
And then a couple of our friends ended up coming through a little bit later on. But yeah, it was a great St. Paddy's Day. I had a lot of fun, and I think Varick Street did a good job during the day. Wish they reopened at night, but it was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I got to live St. Patrick's Day on a bus through Snapchat. Snapchat was, flooded with green that day, but
Oh, I would imagine.
it is what it is. I'll take the Florida trip.
Yeah, I looked at the Snapchat the next day and was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
God. But, yeah, it was a good time, funny, nothing over the top. Yeah, some other good news in the central New York area. Syracuse men's basketball team, the 8th seed of the NCAA March Madness tournament,
Big
which
news.
is
Big
massive news for all the people up here who's big Syracuse fans, and that's pretty big.
It is. I mean, they got a little 8-9 matchup with Baylor and Syracuse 2-point favorite right
Yeah,
now.
I think
at the moment.
2.5. I think it
2.5,
just got bumped
got
to
up.
another half point.
Yeah, all the people in New York probably betting them.
Oh
So I
yeah,
just bumped it up a
everyone I
little.
know is they're talking about the Gonzaga game already.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't look past it's not a free win in that Baylor game.
Yeah, I mean, Syracuse isn't the most consistent of teams, and I think it could bite them if they look ahead right here. They could get knocked out early.
Yeah, I had
So,
the radio on this morning, and the initial reaction is, we could beat Gonzaga. We could beat Gonzaga.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
stop looking at Gonzaga. Stop looking. You got to look at Baylor. That's not an easy game on the first game. 8-9, go either way. 2.5 point. That's not a massive spread. That's a flip flop.
Yeah, and
game.
I mean, Syracuse will be looking at Gonzaga in the next round after Gonzaga absolutely smokes them if they make it to the round of 32. So
Yeah, that's a tough game. This is one of the only teams to beat Duke this season, that Gonzaga team.
they're solid.
They're a solid squad.
They're
But,
deep too.
What do we got for all the 1 seeds? We got Duke, UNC, Virginia, Gonzaga.
Yes, sir. I 3 ACC teams in it, 1, 2, 3 to
I know.
finish out the season.
Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I did fill out my first bracket today, and I went with an extremely bold prediction here.
Who'd you have winning?
I got Texas Tech
Ooh.
winning the whole thing, and I have them knocking off 3 1 seeds. I got them
Wow.
knocking off Gonzaga, got them knocking off Duke, and then I got them beating UNC in the championship.
That's a bold strategy,
Yeah, I
Cotton.
think I got 81-76 or something like that. But that's my bold bracket that I'm in for. Just a couple bucks, you know.
Couple of 2, couple of 3.
Yeah, a couple $2 or $3, you know, nothing too crazy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was nice. It was 2 brackets were a deal, so I went in with my brother. Instead of me just doing one and paying too much, I get 2 brackets. We did 1 and 1, and so it was nice. Let's go Texas Tech.
Yeah, you got a lot riding on them, huh? Them Red Raiders.
That's right, I do.
Yeah.
That is right, I do.
But, yeah, you know what? Sleeper team, Villanova. Watch out for Villanova. Villanova could shock the world right here. I'm not saying they're going to win it all, but I'm saying Final Four, you never know.
As
You
a
never
6
know.
seed,
As
Villanova?
a 6.
All right. Yeah, that's interesting. March Madness is the best. I think it's the best tournament in all of sports.
Anyone
And
can win. Anyone can win.
I don't watch college basketball religiously. I'm a fan of it for sure. It's great. Just athletes trying as hard as they can, which I love, which you don't see as much in the NBA, in my opinion. But I think the tournament, you just so many great upsets, last-minute buzzer beaters, overtime games.
Where guys make their name. You know, you go to these low, mid-major schools, and, hey, you're on the big stage now. You get one game where you score 30 points at a buzzer beater or something. Everyone knows the name for the rest of your life, so it's pretty crazy.
That is pretty cool. We were over at we went to the Carrier Dome. It was my first time ever there, and it was the Elite Eight of March Madness. It was a couple years back. It was Louisville versus Michigan State.
I was there too.
Oh, were you?
Incredible.
Yeah. We were there for that game. What to go overtime. Before the game, you had Harold doing all these crazy dunks, getting the crowd going wild. But I would say that was a Michigan State heavy crowd for sure, because they were the underdog. They were the 7th seed in the Elite Eight, playing the 4 seed Louisville.
Everyone's always rooting for the underdog. Everyone wants the underdog to win.
But what a great game! The environment was great. Just college basketball at its absolute best. Overtime game. Travis Trice, what was his name? He ended up playing for the Westchester Knicks after that. But
hopefully
he
better
tore it
than
up.
the New York Knicks. 'Cause
Yeah, but that was some game. That was a ton of fun. That was my first time at the Dome. Very good experience. Hopefully Syracuse makes a run for all these upstate fans up here. Central New York.
it'll get the people talking, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, they're already talking.
Yeah.
But that's definitely looking forward to getting into the tournament, watching that, and should we move on to our daily debate here?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's debate it up here.
This is an interesting one. This is a pretty common one. A lot of people talk about this.
See it all over the place. Social media, Twitter. You know, it's a big thing on Twitter.
Debate everywhere. We're gonna go with the classic Mexican, chain fast food place. We're gonna do Moe's versus Chipotle. So I'm gonna let you take the lead here. Let's see what you're thinking at. Yeah.
It's Moe's. It's Moe's all day long. I mean, I ask myself one simple question. 1, do I want E. coli? And that's a no. That's simply no. So I'm not going to Chipotle. I've never been to Chipotle, and I never will go to Chipotle.
Did you just say you've never been to Chipotle?
Never been to Chipotle. I don't plan on going.
And you refuse? Not even to give it the time of day?
I mean, I knew a guy back in '97 went there, and E. coli all up there. I mean, never could say a word again. I don't want to be like that.
No, that is rough that they went through that. So I'm actually going to go on the same side of you with the Moe's. But I will say, I think they're 2 entirely different meals. I think you go to Moe's and you're having an entirely different experience than when you go to Chipotle. Like, I could be in the mood for Moe's and not Chipotle, and vice versa. I could be in the mood for Chipotle and not Moe's.
And I think that's interesting because obviously I've never been to Chipotle, like I said, but you always see the debate, and everyone always has a strong answer. So I think it's kind of interesting that you could go either way with it.
Yeah, most people love one, hate one. I know. I love them both. They're great for what they are. I think Chipotle is very fresh, but they have limited options. Where Moe's, I can get anything I want. I get all the jalapenos. I can get everything, a different sauce every single time. Chipotle, I get the exact same thing every time because I have limited options. But it's definitely, I would say, a higher quality of food. I think it's delicious. But Moe's, it's just more variety, more options, and sometimes I want that. I want everything on there. I don't want just a few things that Chipotle has over there.
Interesting.
It is true. A lot of people, it's like, oh, yeah, it's 100% Chipotle,
it's one
not
or the
even
other.
close.
It's one or the other.
No, they're both delicious. It's just they have 2 different experiences in each place. Chipotle, higher quality, less options. Moe's, it's got it all.
Just went to Moe's actually about 30 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah? Is today Monday? It is Monday.
It is
Moe
Monday.
Monday.
Moe's Monday.
You know, back home it's Joey Tuesday. It's not even Moe Monday. Isn't that strange?
That should be a crime.
Yeah. It's one of my nicknames back in high school, Joey Bag of Donuts, because that's what the actual order is. So catch me at Joey Tuesday getting a Joey Bag of Donuts.
There you go.
But yeah, it also, like, do you go bowl or do you go burrito?
See, I was always a big burrito guy, but I realized you get more quantity if you go bowl. So, I mean, a hungry college kid, I'm going bowl now. I want, just throw it all in there. I'll do the rest.
That's funny. I just switched over to the bowl myself. I used to always be a burrito guy. And then I was like, you know what? And you know what? You get the side of chips, and you can dip the chips right in there.
It's like nachos right there.
Yeah, exactly. And you're getting everything in every bite. It's a solid go-to. You don't even need a fork.
And the life hack of Moe's, when you get a bowl, you ask for cheese on the bottom, and then they put the rice in. So the cheese melts. The cheese melts under the rice, and then you put, the other stuff, the chicken, whatever you want in it, and then you put a little more cheese on top.
Top it off with cheese at the end there.
I mean, I'm a big cheese guy, but that's
brilliant.
That's a bold move.
That is brilliant. I had never even thought of that. Wow.
Yeah.
How did I never thought of that? Definitely got to put a little cheese base.
Oh, cheese on the bottom.
Cheese and rice, and then what's your meat? Do you change it up? Do you go chicken, steak?
I usually keep it chicken.
Chicken, yeah. Chicken, it's consistent. You know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And then I also found out, I was at Chipotle recently, and my buddy asked for wraps. You could just, if you get a bowl, like, they give you 2 free wraps, but nobody really knows about that. Like, I saw him do that, and he just got them. I was like, he ended up getting a bowl with 2 free wraps, and he didn't get guac, and I got guac. My guac was like $4, something insane. Like, how is this kid getting a wrap and stuff and paying $3 less than me?
Huh. I'm gonna have to go.
But that is a hack, though. It's good to have that, and it's good to know. Next time I go, I'll definitely be getting my little free wrap on this side. So
100%.
You get everything. You get the bowl, you get your chips, you get everything. That's another thing, though. You got to pay for the chips at Chipotle.
Yeah.
You got to pay for everything at Chipotle. So I don't know. I think if I had to pick one, I would have to go with Moe's because I could always get something different, change it up.
Right.
And, I think it is, in general, probably a little less expensive than Chipotle. And that's a big factor. Price is a big factor for me.
Oh, yeah, definitely. With everyone, it should be.
All right. Well, this is solid. I think did a little recap of St. Paddy's Day, Florida. Got into the Cuse a little bit. Finished up with a daily debate. And another thing I wanted to mention, I got a little bit of feedback on the rock and roll stuff. I would say some other songs that some people mentioned to me.
Yup, let's hear it.
Paradise by the Dashboard Light by Meatloaf, which is solid. I listened to it today at work. And then there was 2 Led Zeppelin songs that people came back at me, Stairway to Heaven, obviously an absolute classic, and Black Dog, which was my walk-up song my sophomore year of college.
Yup,
didn't get too many ABs back in the day, but Black Dog by Led Zeppelin was. And I had Dream On by Aerosmith and Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. So those are some songs you guys texted in. I appreciate you guys reaching out to me and giving me some feedback, and keep doing that. If you ever have any ideas on anything, send them over to me. I'll be sure to mention them.
Let us know what you think. A little Moe's Chipotle. This is a big internal debate, so we want to hear your feedback for sure.
Yeah, maybe I'll post it on the Twitter too, see where people are going.
We
have to make an FC Twitter as well. We just made an Instagram, so if you haven't seen that, go give us a follow, check it out. We'll be posting all of our pictures and videos on there, saying what the episode is and what we talk about. So shoot us over a follow. Really appreciate it. And thanks for listening again. It's always good talking to you guys.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
See ya later.